In this video, we're going to be talking about points, lines, planes, line segments, and rays. So, first of all, a point. A point is fairly simple. It's just a dot. It has no dimensions and it's just there. Next, a line. Now, a line is two-dimensional. You could either go left or right. And it can be seen, it could be represented by a line and two little arrows. These two arrows means that it will go on in each direction forever. And although and through any 2 points, there is exactly one line. And this means that like you can have any 2 points. Like this, there's exactly one line through it. Or maybe these 2 points, one line. These 2 points, one line. It's kind of obvious, but geometry is really, there's a lot in geometry about like, I guess, stating the obvious. So, I mean, it's good to know the definitions and everything. Next, we'll be talking about a plane. A plane is a two-dimensional shape, and it can't be three-dimensional. We will be getting into three-dimensional things later. A plane is represented by a shape, and this shape can be any shape that's a two-dimensional shape. So it could be like your floor or like a wall. And it just looks like a plane. It's pretty simple. Now, about naming these, this would just be point A, and then just be the letter there. For a line, you would call it line AB or line BA. So you can just flip them. It really doesn't matter the order. But you do, if you like, you also don't have to write line AB. You can just write AB with a little line symbol on top. So it'd be AB like that, or BA like this. This means a line, BA. Now for a plane, plane doesn't have anything cool like a line. You just call it plane. Oh, what the? What happened there? So you would just call this plane and then all the letters inside, A, B, C. But you could also just say plane A. But what's confusing about this is that maybe if there's another plane and this would be like D, plane A could either mean this one or this one. So you would have to clarify like that. Oh, let me add like an E. So it wouldn't be like a line like that, right? So then we have a few more definitions. A collinear point. Collinear is really simple. It just means 2 points, or it doesn't have to be two, but collinear points are points that lie on the same line. So A and B here are collinear, but A and C are not collinear. B and C are not collinear. A and D are collinear. It's pretty simple, same idea. And coplanar are just like collinear, but with a plane. So let's say we have an F here, and we have a G here. A is collinear with F and G, but A, but B isn't collinear with D, right? So it's pretty simple. Next, I want to talk about line segments and rays. So a line segment is kind of like a line, but there is an endpoint. So if we could draw the end segments here, look at that. So if we recall, a line has the arrowheads, so it goes on forever. A line segment, however, would just end. It's just a little segment of that line. Like, I guess you could think of it as like a part of a line. So then how we write this we can call it line segment AB. Or just segment AB without the line. But just like how we have little symbols here for writing them, we have some for line segments too. So this is just a line like that, A, B, or B, A. Remember, if it's a line, you could always use it interchangeably. It doesn't have to be specific order. It's all based off of preference. And array is like a line with one endpoint. So this is A, this is B. Oh, that line is kind of bad. Let me redo that one. So look, this is A, this is B. There's a dot here. For array, however, you would have to write it by the order. So you can't just say array AB or array BA. In this case, because the arrow, why is this array so ugly? Wait. Okay. This, maybe you can understand this better. That's the arrowhead. Okay. So this one has to be array A B. You can't write array BA. It has to start with the endpoint and then the direction it's going in. So the symbol for array, the symbol for arrays are AB with a little arrow over it, just like the little ray over it. But remember, this cannot be BA like this. If you were going to say BA like this, then this would be B and this would be A, if that makes sense. Now, let's say we had a little point in the middle. Let's call that point in the middle C. Okay, so this little point, this is C. And then we have another point here, A. And the one here is B. And it's like a line. Now, in this line, there are little rays involved in it, right? So we could see CB is a ray and CA is also a ray. So the thing is, CA and CB are something that's called opposite rays. Now, opposite rays basically means like when one of the points is the endpoint of two rays going the opposite direction. So this, let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. AC and CA and CB are not opposite rays. But since in this case CA and CB are going opposite directions and C is the endpoint for both, then these two are opposite rays. So CB and CA are opposite rays. So let's look at some practice problems now that we get everything kind of. I already have this right here. So it's just going to be some simple ones. So first question, give another name for G. This is, the diagram's not that good. Let me just redraw the dots real quick. Give another name for line segment GH. So line segment GH, I want another name for GH. So if you want to go ahead, pause the video for a bit, and I'll give you some time to think about it. Okay, so another name for line segment GH is line segment HG. So as we were talking about earlier, they can be used interchangeably unless it's array. So we know GH is the same thing as HG. Now, next question is Name all the rays with the endpoint J. Which of these rays are opposite rays? Okay, I'll give you a bit to look at this one as well. So pause the video and try it out. Okay, so all the rays that with the endpoint J are going to be JF, JG, JE, and JH. Now remember, opposite rays are when they have the same endpoint and they're going opposite directions. So we know JG and JH are opposite rays. And we know JF and JE are opposite rays because they're going in opposite directions like this. Now 3, what is another name for ray EJ? So go ahead and think about this. Another segment for each, another name for the ray EJ. Pause the video and think about it. So another video, or sorry, another name for the ray EJ would be ray EF. Because if we look at it, if we could just get rid of all the little extra things I drew, I'll just use red here, right? EJ to here, this is a ray. And since this goes on forever, it would also go to EF, which means these are in fact the same ray. So it's into the three. So the answer to 3 is E. Oh, why am I'm so bad at writing these letters right now. So it would be EF. And that's all for today's lesson.